Hi to all of our plus ones, and welcome back to the Vow Factor. We hope you're having a
wonderful and
masterpiece Monday. Per usual, we know that you guys are. We know it. You know it. We're having a masterpiece Monday. We're always having a masterpiece Monday. What the hell is wrong with you? I don't think I'm this funny.
I had said the wrong thing,
Oh,
and
what did
I
you
was laughing
say?
at myself. I just forgot my words, guys. Sometimes my brain turns off mid-sentence. It's fine.
That happens to me. All right.
great.
Is
Anyway.
it back on?
Yeah, no, it's on. And today, I'm excited about today because we're going to talk about traveling for weddings,
Yeah.
and which is great because Emily lives on a plane right now,
Yeah, I'm in my travel era.
and we've both worked destination weddings, so we're gonna kind of touch on a little bit of both and just like prepping for it, how to kind of plan for it in advance, how to plan your weddings around it, and then little
Also-
tips and tricks.
Should you do destination weddings for free?
No, oh my gosh, no, please.
We're going to get into that.
But-
We're going to get into
Oh,
that.
fine, I'll wait.
It's really juicy and we have feelings about this.
I have big feelings,
But also,
huge,
besides all of your big huge feelings,
huge.
I think there's a lot of logistical things people don't understand.
No, that's why I
when they're
have big
booking.
feelings about
Yeah.
it. I have big feelings because you don't understand how much goes into that. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's. Okay, where are we starting now? Now my brain's not working.
Okay, so should we start with domestic travel first?
Let's start. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk to you guys a lot about domestic travel because I currently live in West Palm Beach at the time of this recording. We're trying to move back to New York City just because, side note, I wanted to work in New
Secrets
York
out.
City. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
So when we made the move, I was like, oh, Florida and New York have opposite wedding seasons, and this is my full-time job, so I would like to be working as much as I can throughout the year, except when I got to Florida, I realized that while there is room for luxury and high-end wedding content creators, the market rate is so much lower than what it is in New York, which is fine, but I also was still getting booked in New York during down season. So I would prefer to get on a plane and make triple than what I could make here. And that is just facts. So my business, while we moved to Florida, completely exploded in New York. And so I think it makes more sense for us to be back because I have been on a plane 1 to 2 to even 3 times a week for the last 10 weeks. Minimum.
I think since April.
I've taken over 30 flights
That's
in the last couple months. So if anybody is qualified to talk to you about domestic travel as a wedding content creator or a wedding vendor, hi, it's me. I
I'm
have
the
so many tips
traveler.
and
It's
tricks.
me. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you've talked before about how having a routine is so important, especially when you are traveling.
Yes.
So what are some things that you do throughout the week that kind of help you transition from being in Florida to back in New York to being at weddings and going back and just like never really sitting still and like to help you not lose your marbles?
So something that always really grounds me is like how I start my day. And I think, in a perfect world, I would wake up at the same time and go to bed at the same time and like try to keep those things, as normal as possible. But as of right now, the routine really just is, and I've gotten so used to it, is when I'm home, especially during busy season, I try to stay up as late as I possibly can, just so I can, last at some of these weddings and like not be so tired because I'm having to travel back to wherever I'm staying. And then also I'm trying to wake up just a little bit earlier because typically when I leave from being in New York City for a wedding, I'm taking the first flight out back to Palm Beach because I really try to reserve Sunday as a day for my husband and I to hang out. And I'm exhausted all day on Sunday, but I get a little burst of energy in the morning, like right when I get off the plane, and we'll go do like breakfast or something or like lunch. And then after that, I'm tired and we like watch a movie or something, and then I pretty much go to bed. But starting my day, I love to have 2 cups of coffee before I do absolutely anything. And I try to keep that the norm when I'm on the road. So I really just, there's a lot of things that are hard to keep a normal routine, but I feel like once you kind of get used to like what that's like on the road, it's great. Also, having little routines throughout the day that you do, like for example, I don't always know if I'm going to be traveling at the exact same time, you know, on Thursdays or Fridays or whatever, or Sundays. But I love to like have, like I go buy a water bottle when I get into the airport. I get my Evian or my Essentia because I like to have like really good pH balanced water. It's good for like electrolytes and making sure that you're staying hydrated for your journey. I always get a snack, and then I decide.
What's your airport snack?
Oh my gosh.
The hard-hitting questions.
I love candy.
Yeah, same.
So, okay, my go-to also has been a Lunchable. So I'll pick up a Lunchable.
I love that.
I pick up a turkey and cheese Lunchable.
Oh my gosh.
Just for like a little protein,
yeah, a little
snacky snack. And then I pick up a candy. So sometimes it's a sour candy, or if I'm not feeling a sour candy, then I like to get, like Bark Thins, like that dark chocolate. They do like pretzel bits in it, and I get that one.
Yeah.
And so I'll have that. And then on the plane, if it's not like 6 o'clock in the morning, then I usually have a little plain beveragino. Beveragino.
Oh my gosh, I'm staying that this whole time.
Because that's the theme of this episode is a beveragino.
Yesterday I just kept saying beveragino.
Beveragino.
Like the TikTok sound.
And, usually like in my mind when I picture a business trip, which is what this is, I picture working on the plane. I picture editing on the plane, answering emails on the plane. I've actually thrown that out the window because I don't have a lot of downtime to actually turn off and relax. Plane time, me time. I order myself my beveragino. I watch my little TikToks. I watch a movie. I recently just got one of those things that you plug into the
little fly thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can have your AirPod Maxes because
it's like a Bluetooth thing.
Yeah, because other headphones actually hurt my ears, and so Bluetooth connects to your, AirPod Maxes or whatever. So then you can just wear your headphones that you like and watch your movie, and wow, game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer. Everybody needs that.
I have one too.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So anyway, I know that that's not like a full, like, I always wake up at the same time or I do this at the same time, but just throughout the day.
Little things that help you feel like you're not at home.
Yeah.
Like,
I try to make myself feel as normal as I possibly can,
which is all
wherever
you can
I am.
do. Like, it's not the same as going out and sitting on like your balcony with your dog and having coffee, of course, but
same different experience. But
sometimes you're with my dog.
Sometimes I'm with your dog and I'm having a nice cuddle with him, and you're with my dog having a nice cuddle with him. Like, it just same but different. So but yeah, routine wise, I try to keep it
really,
fairly balanced. Yeah.
So you travel a lot. Do you like book? How do you go about booking all of your travel, especially when you get last minute inquiries for the same date? I know this is something that you dealt with the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, like literally week before.
Week before booking, and then rearranging travel, and like, where do you stay? How do you do trains? Do you rent cars? Like, what do you do?
First and foremost, I have to send a message. Well, you're sitting next to me and you're very much a part of this, but all of my friends who have let me bedrooms, couches, whatever it is, when your husband's out of town and I just like snuggle with you.
It's better than the couch.
I mean, your couch is very comfortable.
It is
though,
very
I gotta
comfortable.
say, like,
but yeah.
But I wouldn't have been able to do this year without the support and help of my friends. Like that has really been the foundation of figuring all of this out. And like going into this situation, I really didn't think that my business was going to like explode the way that it has this year, because all of my bookings and everything were a little bit slower at the beginning of the year. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to pop in and out a couple times. Like I can afford to get a hotel if, you know, and I've had kind of factored in a little bit more of travel into my pricing. And then what I did was I just, out of every contract, took a couple $100s out and put it into a separate bank account. And I called that my travel bank. And then that's how I would kind of, you know, manage everything. But first and foremost, like, thank God for the support of my friends, because hotels can add up to be very astronomical, and you got to get the Ubers in New York City and get to and from the airport. And like, that's $100 each way. And then you got to eat. And also, like, I didn't know when I was setting out to do all of this that like restaurants add up. So I kind of, you know, just try to eat what I can on the go and, you know, all of that good stuff. But anyway, so first and foremost, with all of the flight bookings, so out of every contract, no matter if I have to travel far or if it's, you know, closer for me or whatever, like everybody gets billed the same. Travel is kind of already included in everything. And I just take a little bit of each contract out, put it in my travel bank. Okay, perfect. We've got that. I have travel credit cards. The number one tip that I can give you guys, if you are going to start traveling as much as I do, is to open up a Platinum American Express. It was the best thing that I've ever done for my business. And I also have a JetBlue credit card as well. So I know that you can transfer your points from American Express to JetBlue, but the JetBlue credit card gets you even more points. So there's certain things that I buy on my JetBlue credit card, and then the rest I put on my American Express Platinum. Literally every single one of my expenses goes on one of those credit cards, and I just pay them off at the end of the month. And so I always have a bunch of points, whether it's my Amex points, my TrueBlue points. So I, at the beginning of all of this, decided that like, oh, I'm going to save my points that I get from all of this. And then like my husband and I would take a nice vacation or whatever, but we haven't had time to do that. I've been working too much. He's been working too much. So it's fine. So I've been using some of those points to book those last minute flights if I've needed them. I budget about $300 round trip for like anywhere that I'm going. Some of them are more, some of them are way less. It just really depends when you catch them. But luckily, traveling from PBI to JFK or LaGuardia or Newark, it's never really been more than $300 round trip.
No,
which I feel like is very inexpensive.
It was like what?
Yeah,
$278, something like that.
Yeah. And then because I'm a JetBlue card holder, I get a free checked bag. I travel so much with JetBlue, like they are my home airline. I get early boarding. I get a free Beveragino. I get like 5,000 points every once in a while just deposited into my account, which is technically equivalent to like a free flight. And it's just like a very easy, smooth process for me. Like I love JetBlue.
And it's easy on JetBlue, I mean, other airlines as well, but to change your flight if needed.
Yeah, it's been so easy to do it. And they even have like a little chat thing where I can text them and like I'm chatting with a real person and I'm like, hey, I missed a flight one time. It was on the way home, so it wasn't for like a wedding or anything like that. But I slept through my alarm because I didn't set my alarm properly or something like that, which has literally never happened to me before a day in my life. But it did. And I woke up an hour after my flight had boarded and freaked out because I was staying at Jessie's apartment without Jessie there. It was like just me and her little sister. Because her little sister was like watching the dog, and like her little sister knew that I was like leaving early in the morning. And so I didn't want her to wake up and be like, what is this girl still doing here? You know, like
she definitely would not have done that.
No, probably not, but I don't know. So it was like a whole thing. But anyway, they just were so great with like booking me just on to the next flight.
Amazing.
So easy.
So that's like not really been a stressful part.
Not at all. And like sometimes I'll sit down and like I will group book flights for like 2 to 3 months at a time. So And maybe I'll do it like maybe a month out from that first batch of weddings, and I'll sit down. So like soon I got to start booking August and September, but I only have a couple August. So I really like, it's fine. And the flights are really not that expensive.
When do you think is the best time to book a flight, price-wise? What have you noticed?
Price-wise, very close to when you're leaving. I think if you're thinking 6+ months out, the flights are going to be expensive and there's not going to be very many options. So you kind of want to wait maybe 3 months out, like the furthest.
Looking at it, yeah.
Start looking at it and then let it get a little bit closer to the date. And like 9 times out of 10, if it's not like a holiday weekend, I mean,
if it's a holiday weekend, book that.
Yeah, book it early.
We ran into that.
Get a good
Memorial
price.
Day.
Yeah, so like my November weddings that I have that are close to Thanksgiving, because people are going to want to go to New York City for the Thanksgiving parade, that's going to be expensive. So I need to start looking at that probably now, but just that weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll just batch book a bunch of things and then I'll book those on my JetBlue credit card. So it'll be, I don't know, $1,400 for a group of these flights. And then with JetBlue, you get 5 times the points. So then I'll book that group of flights and then I'll get,
all these points, and you can book
almost 10,000 points at that, point. Because they also give you like all these little bonuses and things if you do it like that. And then that's a round trip free flight for me. So every time I book a batch, I get free flights.
Love it.
And then every time you take those flights, they give you points.
So you're just getting points.
So I'm just getting points.
Yeah.
So yeah, very easy. But
what has been the most stressful part about traveling a lot for work?
Not having time with my husband, my family, my friends. During this time, I haven't sat down and like seen like friends like truly outside of this business. I can count on one hand since March that I have like sat down with my friends.
So just something to think about. If like you are traveling, looks really cool, and it is really cool, but it also, there are things that you might want to consider when you are committing to a lot of travel for work. We know a ton of content creators specifically who travel every single weekend to like various places, domestically, internationally, whatever it might be. Definitely pros and cons.
It's pros and cons. It's fun. Like, I just know it's not something that is sustainable.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, but also it's like you got to have good friends too that support you and understand that you're exhausted. So it's like, I get back from a wedding, I spend that day with my husband, and then it's the, Monday through
It's a work week.
Thursday, it's a work week. So if your friends work during the week, it's kind of hard to see them. But then also like Monday, Tuesday, and even kind of Wednesday are dedicated to me editing the wedding that I just shot, uploading, making sure that client's taken care of, taking inquiry calls, getting contracts out, travel prepping. And then, if I have a wedding on Saturday, I might have to do the rehearsal dinner on Friday. So then maybe I'm leaving Thursday, and then it's like rinse and repeat every single, it's just hard. So
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, people. It's not for the week.
My mom's always like, "Where is Emily now?" And I'm like, honestly, I have to check her location. I don't know.
My mom is the same way. She's like, "Did I miss you flying to New York again?" Like we got on the phone, we were on speaker, and Jessie heard her, and she's like, "If Jessie's next to you, are you in New York? Did I miss it?" And I'm like, "No." I was like, "I'm home. I'm home for like a little bit, but
Yeah.
pack up again and get going."
In like 10
soon.
days, yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know.
Yeah, traveling is really cool and it's really fun just to like get to new places. You get to meet a lot of cool people. You get to meet maybe other, if you're a vendor, you get to meet vendors that you've really wanted to work with, but maybe they don't live by you. So like it's a really cool opportunity. And Em's gotten to live at the beach and work in New York.
Which is really
seen
fun.
the beach in a couple weeks.
I know. I haven't even been outside, I feel like, in a couple weeks, but that's okay.
Yeah. We talked about like routine a lot when you're traveling a lot for work. What are some tips that you have for domestic travel?
Tips for domestic travel.
Like, what are some things that you pack with you? I know one thing that you said was you actually bring like an extension cord. I saw, right? Like for hotels, I'm assuming. Genius, would never have thought to do that.
Yep. I bring an extension cord. So I got a mini version of my pillow.
Yes.
Because I have like a
Genius.
foam filled pillow, and I bring that because a lot of hotels have feather pillows and they like smush in the middle and then it hurts my neck. And then, this is a physical job. So how your body feels is really important to how you're going to perform. So my neck can't have a crook in it. Okay. Like I gotta have
me now. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, okay, I need my own. I need my own pillow. So on Amazon, I was looking at travel pillows one time, and I saw that they made a mini version of a foam pillow, and I bought it, and it's like the best thing in the entire world. And so I also sometimes bring my own blanket as well, and they make those plush travel size blankets that come in this like plush little cover that has like a little airplane on it. They come in all different colors. My husband has a black one, I have a pink one. And that foam pillow actually folds up and fits into that travel blanket cover perfectly. So I lay the blanket flat in my suitcase or in my carry-on bag, and I put the pillow in that blanket cover, and I attach it to my suitcase.
that's so smart.
And that's how I travel with it. So those two things also really make you feel more at home, having your own like comfort items. And then also my best tip,
My favorite tip.
her favorite tip.
I think this is the smartest thing in the entire world. I was like, I didn't even know they made this.
So I was looking for a portable hot water heater earlier this year before like my season really kicked off, because I knew I was going to be staying in a lot of hotels or in a lot of situations where like I don't know the coffee situation, and like the 2 cups of coffee in the morning, like I have to have. So I've like figured out my travel coffee routine, but I was like, hotel room coffee makers are filthy. And I
Nasty.
like avoid them at all costs. If I really have to, then whatever, it's fine.
And it's expensive to like order Starbucks.
Yeah, and I'm not ordering Starbucks because it like the travel food adds up.
Yeah.
Like it's very expensive. And I'm not someone who eats out a lot anyway. Like I cook at home a lot. So just like adding all of those travel expenses is insane to me. So I figured out that you could purchase a portable hot water heater that is stainless steel and that boils water.
Genius.
So I take for breakfast, because I think it's silly to spend money out on breakfast food because it's so cheap. I bring the Kodiak instant oatmeal packets because they have 12 to 14 grams of protein per packet. And I'll bring, 2 of them or whatever for each day, just in case I'm really hungry. And then I know at least I'm getting like a balanced meal. In the morning, I'm getting my protein in, I'm getting my oats. Like
It's also a fabulous thing to have like at night if you're starving after the wedding.
Exactly. So you can have that at night. I will bring a noodle option as well. So this is the best. So you can either bring
genius thing ever.
So you can either bring like cup noodles, like the ramen or whatever that's in like the styrofoam cup, and put that in your bag. Or a lot of grocery stores have like a mac and cheese option that comes with a sauce packet. And I love Aldi's version of like, I guess it's like Velveeta or whatever, but it's a white cheddar and black pepper creamy like sauce. And I've literally made mac and cheese in my hotel room, like in the bathroom. Like I'm making mac and cheese while I'm like in my shower, like after a wedding.
Water's boiling.
It's ready to go. When I'm out of my shower, my mac and cheese is done. Then I can just like relax, have like a snack, and go to bed. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize is after weddings, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when you get back to your hotel room. And sometimes you're in these like small towns, remote areas where nothing is open. I just did a wedding in the Catskills, and I didn't have time to eat at their welcome party, which also like I don't ever like assume that they have me, for a welcome party or rehearsal dinner, like they're going to feed me because I'm only there for like a couple hours. And when I got done with it, all of the restaurants in town were closing. And I hadn't had dinner yet. And I was like,
oh no.
Thank God for my system that I have implemented. So I bring instant coffee. Like I figured out that I like the Starbucks blonde roast instant coffee. And obviously, like you can get powdered creamers, or sometimes I'll just buy like a little thing of milk, and then I always have sugar on me. I always have True Lime packets on me for my beveragino on the airplane. Do a little gin and tonic.
Beveragino.
My little True Lime, whatever.
Beveragino.
Beveragino. I just have things that you can easily make with hot water. And then I'm good to go.
Literally think that is the most genius tip ever.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're so right. Getting back to a hotel room, one, you're so tired.
Yeah.
But, like, your brain's kind of wired, but, like, your body just wants to sit down.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Ordering food is so expensive. I don't even order food ever. Like, it's.
If I ordered food while I'm out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that would probably be an additional $300 on top of my flights, on top of the rental car. It's like, this isn't a vacation,
Right. No. And also, like,
so
I don't. When food gets delivered, like, it's not even hot. Like I want, like,
yeah,
you're probably getting a hotter, better meal making it in your
right.
hotel room.
That's what I'm saying. It's so good. It's comforting. It does the job, and I can go right to bed. Like, I don't have to wait for somebody else. Or, they get there and, like, if they mess up your order, they don't bring you the right stuff. Like, sometimes they don't bring you utensils. I always carry a Ziploc bag filled with plastic utensils. And then, okay, it is important to note, if you are doing the hot water boiling situation, you can't use plastic utensils because it will melt the spoon.
Yeah.
So you do have to bring, like, a set of actual silverware with you, which I do if I'm bringing my hot water kit.
They make a travel set of silverware.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a really cute little, like, bloop.
Yep.
Yep.
It just can't be plastic because it will melt in the boiling water. So I'll just, bring like a spoon or something, and that usually like gets me through whatever I need to do, and then I can just wash it in the sink at the hotel room. But just like things like that, just being like very savvy, adaptable, being able to kind of just like be on the go with those things. Sometimes I'll also just put some like fresh fruit in my bag as well, like apples, little clementines, like those things hold really well while you're traveling, and I'm only gone for 2 days.
Yeah, it's like, it's not gonna go bad or anything like that.
No, not at all. But that's like my favorite travel hack.
It is my favorite travel hack. I've never done it because I don't really travel like Emily does. I travel to like
you just
every
want to
now
be
and then, but
self-sufficient as possible when you're on the road, because you just don't know where you're really going to be. I go to a lot of new places all the time, and like I didn't know in the Catskills like I wasn't going to be able to get a pizza delivered at 9 p.m. Like I figured that I'll just go back to my room and order a pizza and watch a movie and have a chill night. No, I was actually very stressed. Like, thank God there was like this cute little Chinese restaurant down the road, and I was able to just like order some egg drop soup and some fried rice.
I love egg drop soup.
But I had to put my clothes back on because I'd put my pajamas on because I thought I was ordering pizza.
Oh my God.
Get in the car.
So terrible.
Drive back down the street. Pick up the food. It was fine. But
I'm like, that's terrible. It's like, no,
yeah.
not. But like,
when you're tired and you've been traveling, though,
yeah,
like,
totally.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Like, so traveling is a lot, and it's a lot of planning, especially if you want to go abroad.
Yes.
Let's tap into this for a second.
Yes.
So there's a lot of directions I think we should take this conversation. One is, I will be the first to say it, having a destination wedding is cool.
Jessie
it's cool.
had one.
I had one. It was cool. But from understanding the bride's perspective of like having like hiring people and paying for travel and stuff, especially because like if you really want Italy weddings or you want France weddings or like places where like you're in the countryside, like it's not just a flight. It's trains, it's renting a car, it's finding a car service, it's
working around people who go on strike.
Yes.
Trains go on strike in Europe.
Often.
Trains separate.
And like if you want like Lake Como, like of course, get your butt to Lake Como for sure. Like do it. Like I hope you do. But just keep in mind that there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, oh, I'm going to fly into Milan. You have to take different trains. You might have to rent a car. Then when you're in Lake Como, I know it's like very interesting to get around. My wedding venue was in the middle of nowhere. It was an hour and a half outside Florence. Literally, I wanted it to be in the middle of nowhere, but that did come with some things. So, it was just things to think of. Also, like where you're staying. If you are in France, for example, If you're out in like Bordeaux in the countryside and you're not staying on site at like the wedding venue and you're staying down the road, how are you getting from the wedding to the event, like, or back home and vice versa for all the different events that you might be doing? Do you have to rent a car? Are you comfortable driving in Europe? Just things to like think about. If you are wanting to do destination weddings, these were just things I learned while planning my wedding, because I was like talking with my vendors of like how they were going to get certain places. My photographer was flying into Rome and then he was taking a train to Florence. So like I was making sure that like all that was okay and like all this stuff. So I was just aware of what was happening. And then 6 weeks after my wedding, I shot my first wedding, which was in France, as a content, like my first wedding, my first international wedding as a content creator. I shot about 6 weeks after my wedding. So it was just like a lot of information at once. And now I have a couple destination weddings next summer. And so now I'm like, okay, we have to figure all of this out. It's a lot of logistics, which taps into the thing that I said before. I know it's really, really cool to say that you travel for work and you do destination weddings and you're going to Lake Como and you're going to the south of France and you're going to Spain and you're going to Greece or Cartagena, like anywhere. Like, that's sick. And I'm really excited that you're going. But please be mindful that like people love to like say they're going to do things for free. Be aware of how much it's actually going to cost you.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, like I'll cover travel, like, you know, or whatever.
Even if your client is covering travel, obviously there's a cap that they're paying. So like maybe they're covering flights, hotels.
Maybe it's $1,500 for like your flight.
Maybe
and
like a little per diem for food. But be aware, because I once was in your shoes, and travel mistakes, especially when you are in a different country, happen.
Yeah.
You may not know the customs, the language, and things just happen. So should I tell them my crazy story?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's an example of what could go wrong, and you may not know that it could go wrong. So I shot a wedding in Lake Como 2 years ago, and the couple covered all of my travel, all of that good stuff. And I decided to bring my little sister with me because she was very interested in wedding photography, shooting weddings. She had just graduated high school, and I was like, this is a perfect time to take her with me. She'd truly be like the perfect, you know, second shooter, assistant, things like that. And I feel like you need to take someone with you when you're doing these things.
It's really tough to travel alone internationally.
It's very, very hard. So, and if this would have happened to me and I would have been alone, I really don't know how I would have made it through. I would have, but it would have been
a lot.
It would have been so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So my sister Sophie and I decided to start in Paris because it was so much cheaper to fly into Paris than to fly into Milan. And I was like, for my client, I was like, oh my gosh, I think this actually will be so much better. Like, we'll arrive into Paris. Her and I will have like a personal day there that, you know, like we're paying for our travel and stuff like that. But then my client is getting a cheaper flight out of it. So win-win for all of us. So I had been to Paris actually 10 days before because one of my friends at the time was getting married in Europe. And so my husband and I had just actually done a full trip and had stopped through Paris. And so I knew, and we'd also taken the train. I knew that it was really hard to get transportation to the train because sometimes Ubers kind of go on strike. They drive up the prices. Taxis are sometimes really hard to get. And that's just what I felt comfortable taking because we also had bags with us and we're just two women kind of traveling alone. Like, anyway. So I knew that it was going to take us a while to get an Uber to get to the train station. So we started 2 hours before trying to get an Uber. It took us an hour and a half to get an Uber to this train station.
Why didn't you take the subway?
I don't know. Well, we had all of our bags and everything, and it just was a lot.
Oh, well, I would say if you're traveling, carry on only.
Carry on only, yes. But yeah, I also was traveling with an 18-year-old. So
You're so nice.
lot
I'm like,
to
guys, let's
manage.
go. You're going to learn right now.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. So that was going to be like the best way for us to kind of do everything. So we finally get to the train station literally right before the train is pulling out of the station. And the woman was so nice. She's like, just jump on car 1 because we were in car 13 and we weren't going to have enough time to walk from car 1 to car 13 before the train pulled out of the station. So we got onto car 1 and we put our bags in like the little luggage rack, and everybody's seats were full because it was the first stop and everybody was in their seats. And so we had to go sit on the floor in like one of the in-between cars, and it was fine. We sat there for like an hour and a half, and then we made a game plan for like when we got to the next station that we would go get our bags, get off the train, and walk to car 13. But then I was looking and I was like, the train's only stopping for 3 minutes. I don't think we're going to have time, like realistically, to get our bags, get off, and walk all the way to car 13, get on. Like, it just probably wasn't going to happen. So I said, okay, I think we leave our bags on car 1. I think we run off and we go to car 13. We sit in our seats so we don't have to sit on the floor. And then when we get to the next stop after that, we get off of car 13 because it'll be stopped for 8 minutes. So then we'll have enough time to run back to car 1, get our bags, and run back to car 13. So that was the plan. That's what we did. So we run back to get our bags, and it took a little bit more time than we thought. So we decided to sit in car 1 because some people had gotten off at that point. So we're like, we'll just sit here with our bags until we get to the next station. We'll be ready with our bags. We know the routine now. So we pull into that station, we get our bags, we run off the train, and I'm looking at the train, and the train doesn't look as long as it originally did. And my sister Sophie and I find the business class car where we were sitting, and I'm like, okay, this car seems like way nicer than the other one that we were sitting in. I was like, I don't think this is car 13, like, but maybe this is like another part of the section of the train, and like no one's in here, so why don't we sit in here? And we're waiting for this train to pull out of the station, and I'm like, that's really weird. It's only supposed to be sitting here for 8 minutes. I wonder if something's wrong. But we're like, we found the best seats on the train. We're like so excited. And some woman comes on to the train, and she goes, in French, she's like, what are you guys doing sitting here? And we're like, oh, like, she's like, where are you guys going? And we're like, oh, we're going to Milan. And she's like, what do you mean you're going to Milan? And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she just looked and she just went, Italy train, France train, separate. And I was like, what do you mean separate? I was like, where are we right now? And she's like, you're in Annecy. And I was like, where's that?
I love Annecy, France.
She's like,
you should stay there one time.
She's like, you're in France. And I was like, oh my God.
The train separated
Yes.
at one point during that, like, in between stops. And instead of going to Italy on car 13, they ended up in France.
Car 13 went to Italy and car 1 went to France.
So thank God
we were with our bags.
Yeah.
So moral of the story also too is like, always stay with your bags, even if it's in car 1.
If you're in Europe, you should never let your bags out of your sight.
Well, we had all of the important stuff in the bags that we had on us.
Just if anyone's listening.
Yes.
But I don't recommend doing that.
I don't either, okay. But it was okay for the situation.
It worked out. Well, that part worked out.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway.
You're in France.
So we're in France. It's like 5 p.m. Everything is starting to close down. And I'm just like, the welcome party is tomorrow. So technically we have time still to like make it to wherever we are. I don't know how far away from Italy we are. I don't know really the geographical, things that we might have to go through to get there. I don't know. Do we got to cross some sort of an ocean situation? Like, I don't know. Like what, I don't know where we are. So I'm freaking out. And I'm like, well, we could take the next train. The next train, for whatever reason, wasn't for 18 hours. I'm like, that's not going to work. Then I was like, oh, we'll just take a bus. There's no bus. I'm like, okay, so we have to rent a car. Thank God there's like 7 different rental car places, like right when you walk out of the train station. So we just got our bags and we walked over to Avis. Avis was closing and I was like, please, God, what's the French word for open? Ouvre or whatever it is. And I'm like, open. And she's like, no, closed, like fermé. And I'm like, ah, and I was like, no, open. And she's like, she came over and unlocked the door. She's like, how can I help you? In perfect English. And I'm like, okay, thank God. And I told her our situation and she's like, okay, great. Do you drive manual? And I'm like,
oh no.
No. She's like, we only have manual cars. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, is there any other rental car places? She's like, yes. She's like, there's so many. She's like, walk out, go this way. And so we start making our way down.
Oh my God.
Down all of the rental car places. We go only manual. Then we get to 6th and they're like, we have an Audi R8. That's automatic. And I'm like, and how much is that? Very expensive. Very many euros.
Very many euros.
And I was like, I mean, if that's our only hope, I guess whatever. We got to do what we got to do. And then we walked next to 6th and they had Europe a car. And they had like a regular car situation that I think we ended up paying maybe 500 euro, which not terrible for the situation that we were in, how last minute it was and everything and where we needed to go. But we had to drive the car back to France, which means we had to reroute our entire travel plans back home. So we had a hotel in Milan that night that was booked. And I told my sister, because I was working out all the rental car details, I said, get the information for the hotel from Dad, okay? And I want you to pull up like the location and like get the map going and like, you know, let's figure this out. It's going to be okay, it seems like. So I left her in charge of the hotel directions, okay? So we're in the car, we're driving. It's like a 4-hour drive. Not a big deal. I'm like, we'll sleep in Milan, we'll wake up and we'll get to Lake Como the next day. It's like, I don't know, an hour or so drive from there. And we needed a rental car anyway for Lake Como. So I just ended up canceling the rental car that we had in Milan and everything was like working out. It was fine. It's now 10 o'clock at night. It's raining. We've had ourselves a day. It's been a traumatic day. We pull into the hotel and we go to sign in at the check in at the desk and they don't have our reservation. And I'm like,
why didn't they have your reservation?
What do you mean? And they go, because you're not booked to this hotel because you're booked in Milan. And I said, I know, aren't we? And they go, this is Turin. And I'm like, this is where? We were not in Milan. We never fucking made it to Milan. And I feel like I'm dropping an F-bomb on this podcast because it's so warranted. Okay. My sister is so good at directions usually. I don't know what happened. I was like,
you're so nice.
Sophie, respectfully, what? Oh my God. So I call my stepdad and I'm like, you have to transfer this hotel to like this other, like you have to help us figure this out. Like, cause he had booked the rooms
Meanwhile,
for us.
4 a.m. in America.
Yeah, literally. So it was like a whole thing. And then my stepdad was like, just get in the car and just drive there. It's like an hour and a half drive. I was like, I can't do it. Like I'm spent for today. Like I can't. So we're staying here tonight. So let's figure this out.
We stay in Turin.
So we did. We stayed across the street, literally right across the street from the world's first Eataly.
Amazing.
It was great. We saw the sights, but it was a great hotel. Honestly, we woke up. We had this really big, beautiful, nice Italian breakfast. And Lake Como also was only about an hour and a half drive from where we were. So it was perfect. Like we didn't really, we just lost more money, but it's fine. So we got on our way to Lake Como, got to our hotel, everything worked out from there. But I just want to let you guys know that was a €1,500 travel. Oops. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So when you're booking those really beautiful destination weddings and you're offering to do them for free, please know that there are things that can happen that could cost you lots of money. And you just don't know.
And it's most
until you know.
Yeah. And just like other things that happen if you don't know to charge, if you're like, okay, well, you have to cover my travel. Travel's expensive. Like you're not just charging them a flight and a hotel. There's cars in between, there's trains, there's per diem. Like, you should be charging a per diem at least like €50 a day outside of the wedding day, of course. Like, you have to eat. It's a lot. So I encourage everyone to not make that mistake. I also think that I don't like this whole doing things for free thing.
Yes, I think everybody deserves to be paid for their work, whether in some capacity.
Well, I take it back, sort of. I don't think it's necessary to shoot a destination wedding in order to book a destination wedding.
That's true. I agree with
but
that.
I do see, I guess I didn't really do it, but I do see the value in doing free work to build a portfolio. However, you can build a portfolio in your hometown with a planner, with friends and family, with just people that you've met online, of course. I think that there is a way to do that without one, I just find it annoying, truthfully, but two, like, you're going to cost yourself a lot of money. And
it's going to end up costing you.
It's going to cost you a ton of money.
So as long as you're okay with that and you understand those things,
then okay.
The issue is like when there's so many people offering to do like destination weddings for free, it is taking away from people getting paid. So honestly, like, what I would love if every wedding content creator in the world, if we were all in a group chat, I'd be like, guys, everybody charge for destination weddings. And please.
Something. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
you're working hard, and it's not just the wedding day that you're working in that case, because it's so much work.
I shot my friend's wedding. I was there for her bachelorette party in Paris, and then her 4-day wedding in France, like in the south of France. I went to her bachelorette party. She paid for everything. My payment was me attending and like getting to go around Paris and like had the best time, and that really didn't cost me anything. She paid for every single thing, all of my meals, everything. I was with her the entire time. I was paid for the whole wedding weekend. And so, but like, I made sure that transportation was covered. I was staying at the venue. She's so sweet. She gave me like the cutest room. It looked like a dollhouse. It was like on the top floor of the villa, and it was amazing. So I had my own room. She made sure it was in like a quiet part of the villa.
That's important.
It was just like very thoughtful, and these are things to ask for. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm staying here for my wedding, all of my vendors stayed on site, my media vendors at least.
We had our own house. We called it the content house,
and
it was so fun.
The way that our venue was set up was,
if you guys didn't know, I shot her wedding as her content creator, and that's how we met.
If you haven't, if you're new here.
If you're new here.
And our venue was made up of 20 like little houses, because it used to be like, it was like an abandoned village that was made into a wedding venue. And
it was an abandoned village.
Borgo is a village, and so it was like in this old village. That's why it's like all old and like stone.
That's so cute.
And then they updated things that could be updated, but they kept like the Italian old rusticy charm of it.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
I bet they had some wild parties in that village.
I'm sure they did.
That's cute. I like to think about the history of like all of those things.
Oh yeah, I chose it. I liked it. But yeah, we had little houses, and I made sure that all of the media vendors were there, and I made sure that they were close to like where things were happening in case they had to run back.
Yeah.
Or get something. I made sure they weren't like super far away from everything. I knew that they were going to be at the party pretty much until the end. So like, if they were near like where there was music, like, it was fine. They were there anyway. They came back, actually. So
yeah, we changed into our bathing suits, and we all had a pool party at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, I hope one day they all let me post those photos, because it's so funny.
So funny.
But they're hidden for now. It's so funny.
So our party vibes came out.
But yeah, just like, as someone who does love to shoot destination weddings and does want that to be like a significant part of like her summer, like, they're not really happening in the winter, but like Mexico and stuff, like, I love to travel. It's something that I want to do. Of course, I also love being home. So like, I really would love to have a healthy mix of both New York City weddings and I guess surrounding area, and like a nice handful of destination. If I had
Yeah.
5 destination weddings every year, that would be
That'd
like
be
a
so
dream for
fun.
me.
Yeah, this is my first year without having a European destination wedding. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of other
Traveling,
small
yeah.
travel, but a lot of traveling of the small travel. So I'm happy that it worked out this way this year. But I really want for next year. I just want one. I'm not someone who wants to like do destination as like a healthy amount of my weddings.
Yeah.
But I just want one cool destination wedding every
I'd say
single year.
healthy amount. I'd love like 5, like a handful.
Yeah.
I'd love a couple in Europe. I'm dying for a Cabo wedding. If anyone's getting married in Cabo, please call us. Please.
Call the 2 of us.
Well, okay. This is a great time to mention this. So, Emily and I shot a wedding in May. And we shot it. We've shot weddings together, but this was the first time that we had shot it where we were both hired like separately. Like our businesses, like Wedding Day Content Co. and Wedding Day Content Creator.
Yeah, like on the contract, it was like Wedding Day Content Creator
X
X Wedding Day Content Co.
And when you're doing big weddings, and especially, honestly, I think destination weddings, having a second person there is so helpful. It allows you to take a break. It allows you to be with both parties of the couple because venues are big. I say it all the time. Like, I don't have any getting ready, like of Henry getting ready because Emily was with me. And that's just how it goes when you have one person. Like, you can't be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
And a lot of European venues are big. And you have to
A lot of ground to cover.
a lot of ground to cover. They do have like golf carts and stuff, but it's still like things are happening at the same time. You can't just hop on a golf cart. So we find that it's really helpful when you have either a very high detailed and luxury wedding to have a second shooter, and internationally, if you can have a second shooter. Just it makes your life so much easier. The France wedding, nearly I needed like to recover from that wedding. Of course, I didn't have time to recover. I came back from that wedding and 3 days later I had 3 weddings in a row in a weekend. That was probably the craziest, like back to back with September, but
That was wild. I don't know how you did that.
no, I literally worked 6 days in a row, like full days between the bachelorette and the wedding.
Yeah.
And then I stayed 1 day in Nice, but I explored because I was in Nice because the flights home on like the Sunday or whatever were so expensive. So I had to fly back on Tuesday. And then I had wedding Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That was banana. And then the following weekend, because September's crazy.
September and June. If you're getting married in June or September,
If you're getting married
ask
in
and
May,
inquire
June,
now.
July, or September of 2026, inquire now, please. Because your days are going to be gone.
I'm pretty much almost full for all of those, which is crazy because I feel like the 2025 brides were slow with booking. And then the 2026 brides,
Those are the type A brides.
very type A. I'm like, type B versus type A. It's so funny, like the personalities of like these
years.
couples.
I know.
Yeah, year after year. Like, it's so funny.
But yeah, I think that's just a good thing to know for destination. Definitely charge, do what's best for you and like your business, but just know that if you're doing things for free, one, I think it's just like we're trying to be known as wedding content creators in the space as
It just
what's the word?
devalues.
Yeah, it devalues
It really just
wedding
devalues wedding content creators. So I know that everybody obviously like sometimes you got to work a little for free to like kind of build your portfolio up,
or
but
like a discount. I get
something
it.
like that. Yeah, we get it. We understand.
But I'm like, if a couple is
But you
I
also
might get
don't have
canceled
to.
for saying this. Like, if a couple's paying like $2,500 for your travel to fly you out, and you're only asking for like maybe, $1,500 if like you want to do like so super discounted just for their wedding day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like, if they're already like,
If you're hiring a very experienced content creator and you want to hire them for a European destination wedding, you're probably looking at a minimum of $8,000
Minimum.
for travel, the actual service itself.
Yeah, because
everything.
typically with the destination wedding, you're working more than just the actual wedding day. But I'm saying like, typically if someone's paying for that, I don't think that you would lose that deal if you charge them a discounted rate.
Yeah, and I think that's
And
fair.
I think that's very fair. And I think that you're going to book the client that way.
You'll definitely book them. I mean, when I was growing my business, I was charging people a very like discounted rate than what I would have wanted.
But you
to
weren't
be charging.
doing all these things for free because you had to pay your bills.
Yeah, no, I didn't really do anything for free. My first wedding I booked, I booked it at a full price.
I haven't done.
Yeah. If you're doing this business, I don't know. I mean, I would love to have somebody on the podcast who is very new and is kind of like trying to navigate a couple things, because I feel like it's really hard for me to be like, well, when I started my business, because there wasn't thousands of wedding content creators for people to choose from. There was 8 of us.
Yeah.
So, and I was really like one of the only ones in the area that was kind of doing like, if not the only one in the area that was doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of competition back at that time. And I feel like I could get away with charging full price. I don't know. Like even
now it's hard. It's hard now.
It's just
especially
hard.
people who are just starting. Like, I applaud you, and it's going to be okay. It definitely is probably a little bit harder. And I'm sure that's why people are very willing to do a lot of free work, because they are passionate about it and they want to get the weddings, and you unfortunately have to show something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that you have to do 5 weddings for free. If you do 1,
I think 1 is fine.
2 max, because then you have stuff to show. You can be really creative with the content that you take there. Maybe you're going to a friend's wedding and they allow you to post that. Like, make sure that friend does not have a content creator already before you post from the wedding. But I think that's totally fine.
Remember the wedding I showed up to who had a content creator at it in the bridal party?
Yes.
That's a whole other story to unpack.
She's not listening.
She might be.
Anyway, just things to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Traveling for a destination wedding is very
You can bite off
elaborate.
a lot more than you can chew.
It's elaborate.
You can totally chew it, but like you're probably like, oh, this is.
And once you do it, you'll get, like, I learned a lot from going to France, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going back to France in May.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm going to do for that, and then I'm going back to France again. France and me are like this.
Oui. I love it. Oui.
Which I love. And so the more you do it, the more experienced that you are with it. But just to give you a heads up on some things to be considerate of. And sorry, if you are booking a destination, like international wedding, please make sure that you are arriving at least a full 24 hours prior, because the time zone change could really
You've
mess
got
you
to
up.
accommodate. Yeah.
Like, if the events that you're shooting starts on Friday, you should arrive on Wednesday and let yourself have the full
You need
Thursday.
a full day. You need a full day.
And I think that's just something that is understood. Like, I tell my couples that I'm like, I need to be there before. And so I'm like, I need 3 nights of accommodation.
Yeah.
Anything after that is obviously different.
It's just, they're just like, it's just different. Like, it's just.
It is. It's different. That's why
There's so many more things that could go wrong.
That's why if you're inquiring for, if you're a bride or a groom and you're inquiring for a destination, that is why pretty much no one is going to be able to give you answers without getting on the phone, without knowing a lot of information. It's always a custom quote. It's impossible because
there's so many moving
There's so many
pieces.
moving parts. There's so many different like charges. That's why you might get like just a blanket quote, because
And I think it's a red flag, honestly, if you are getting on the phone with a vendor or a content creator who is not like working with you to do a custom quote, because I know some people will be like, oh, I didn't realize that it was going to be XYZ for these travel prices. And then as a couple, you might get hit with an extra invoice at the end of everything that you didn't accommodate or account for.
that I would never charge the couple for my mistake, but that's just me.
I never would either, but
Nope.
I'm just saying some people do.
You're right. Some people do.
Especially like, I don't know, I would have never passed my travel mistake on to my client,
Me neither. I would have eaten that.
but also like if I didn't have a husband, I might have needed to.
True. You might have.
I might have needed to. So it really,
just, yeah.
You got to be careful. I mean, on both sides of things.
Especially for planning an international wedding, I hope you have some form of a planner. But it is like when you're getting on the phone with vendors that you're maybe taking from, we live in the United States. So if you're bringing one from here, then if they don't ask you a ton of questions, or don't be alarmed if they ask you a ton of questions, they're not trying to be super nosy and annoying and like just like get all this stuff from you. You need it in order to give a proper quote, or you could be hit with an invoice at the end, and no one really wants that. You want everything up front, so you have all the information. The more information that you give, honestly, the more information that you give on your inquiry form. My inquiry form, I have like it's just like, tell me about your event, and I always hope that like for international weddings, I'm like, please tell me. They're like, I have a welcome party, this is the address, like it's this far away from my venue, accommodations are on site, like anything like that. I'm able to give a much more accurate quote off the bat anyway. Like they're like, is there any way you can give me a ballpark? If you literally just say I'm getting married in the south of France, I'm like, okay, that could be $5,000, that could be $8,000. I have no idea. I don't know any information. How am I getting there? Is it near anything? What airport do you fly into? Do I need to take a train? Do I need to rent a car? Where am I staying? Is there restaurants? Is there a town there? Do I need to like accommodate for food and beverage? Are you feeding me? Like,
so many things.
On. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's just a lot involved. There is still other stuff involved of like, if I'm going to another state, like if I was going to like Georgia or California or Chicago's not a state, but Illinois, whatever. It would still have a lot of, questions, but it's obviously like way different. So
yeah.
But if you are asking someone to travel, I hope they ask you questions.
Me too. I hope that they ask you a lot of questions, and I hope you give them lots of information.
Please, yeah. Please be honest and open with your vendors. With all that information, it's not. I don't really know what anyone would think it is of just like asking all this information, but it's really to give you an accurate quote. Just because there's so many moving parts, and they like. I say like, I'm going to be in France in the end of May. If someone inquired for the weekend before that, I'm already going to be there. So I'm not charging you, like, it's going to be less because I'm already there, and I'm not going to like double dip and like charge you for a full flight when I'm already there. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I might be asking. So you never know.
You never know.
Nope.
I
feel like we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget to bring the correct outlet converters.
Oh, yeah, the converters.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be a nightmare if you have, you have to charge your phone and you can't.
Yeah.
That would be bad. Converters, don't bring your Dyson.
Don't bring a Dyson.
Your hair is going to be what it is.
Slick back your hair. If you're in Europe in the summer, just like rock the slick back. Trust us.
I think it pretty much looks good on everyone. So yeah.
Whatever like works
hairstyle.
for you.
Yeah, that's going to keep
it's
your
just
hair out of your
hot
face.
and you're running around and you're sweating, and it's most likely outside. So
and there's probably no AC. So
yeah,
not a thing fine. There.
Bring a fan.
Yeah, lots of fans.
But yeah, I would say bring a converter because I don't know.
Bring a couple in case one stops working.
Or if you need to like charge multiple things at once. I ran into that problem once. Actually, what I do is I have the mini chargers of the Anchors, but we actually have a big one, and we charge that, and then we charge all of our stuff through that portable charger because it can charge like 4 things at once. It's like super powerful, and that way I don't have to bring like a bunch of different things. But
amazing charger.
I'm gonna be an amazing.
We love Legally Blonde.
We've been on Legally Blonde.
Kick.
Oh my God. Kick.
A bend and snap. Your snap is all over the place.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like when Paulette's like, my bend and snap was all wrong.
Yeah. My bend and snap was all wrong. What did she say? I hit a window or something like that?
I broke a window.
I broke a window.
So yeah, please leave questions. We love to see your comments on Spotify, Apple. Love YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We actually love it so much. And leave comments. We do Q&As every couple videos. Seems to be like a Q&A. And so anything that you have from this, we'd love to throw in there. I'm sure we forgot something or there's more that we could elaborate on.
Yeah, so please ask the questions that you have.
Yeah, always answer questions. We have a question thing on our website. If you go to thevowfactorpod.com, we have like a place where you can write in a story, a question, anything like that. So
yeah,
that's perfect.
Alrighty. Well, that concludes our conversation on travel tips for domestic.
And opens our conversation on Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It opens up our little segment.
Our Swiftie segment.
Oh, cute. Are we going to get like copyright issue for that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't say that.
Our Swift segment.
There you go. A swift transition to our Swift segment.
A swift transition. I use podcast lingo in everyday language. Podcast jargon in everyday language. Transition.
Swift.
Okay. All right. So if you guys don't know by now,
we do a segment at the end of every episode where we choose a Taylor Swift song and it's either related to the episode or we just choose it for fun. And we use that song as inspo to plan a hypothetical wedding for Miss Dr. Taylor Allison Swift and whoever she chooses to marry. Yep. This is for fun. It's one of our biggest life goals to capture Taylor Swift's wedding one day. So this is our way of trying to get her attention. What are we going to do today?
All right. London boy.
You know I love a London boy.
Not anymore.
Well, we figured we're talking about traveling, so
yes.
And London. I love London.
I do too, and I haven't been to London since I was 13, but it was so much fun when I went.
Time for a redo. Girls trip.
I know. Girls trip.
Or they're like all of us. Like vacay, road
trip. No, it'll be so much fun. I mean, I just remember like we saw a little like Broadway show there.
Yeah, I saw Wicked there.
Saw Dirty Dancing. So good. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And I got a shirt that said that.
Hey, did you have the time of your life?
I had the time of my life. It was so good.
Sometimes
I drove by Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. So I guess this wedding should take place.
I got silly at Piccadilly.
I got silly at Piccadilly.
I had a hilarious time at Harrods. I had high tea at Harrods, actually.
That works too.
Yeah, high tea at Harrods.
Love.
And then I went and looked at all of the like toys at Harrods, and I was like, wow, this is a dream for kids that just get to come in here and like shop till they drop. Crazy.
Okay. Let's plan this wedding.
All right, so
it's gonna be at Buckingham Palace.
It's obviously gonna be at Buckingham Palace.
It's obviously gonna be on the bridge. That Jake Gyllenhaal is gonna on for the second time. How come
every time you come around?
Oh, I was thinking, well, like, you know, like, oh, that's the bridge that Jake Gyllenhaal, because like in Spider-Man, when like he died, and then like the bridge of All Too Well.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it could be on the bridge. Anyway,
that's hilarious. Actually,
but Big Ben needs to be there.
Yeah.
Can you go inside Big Ben?
You know, I'm not really sure. That would So
we have a party in like maybe there's like a rainbow room situation, but like in Big Ben.
Okay.
Maybe
so this is all hypothetical, so we don't know if this is true or not, but. If it is, that would be sick.
That'd be
so,
sick.
Okay, is the wedding taking place in Big Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. Wedding is taking place in Big Ben. How? What are we doing? What is she wearing? What if she wore a gold wedding dress?
For fun?
For fun.
Okay.
Because, like, Big Ben is, like, kind of...
Oh, I vibe. Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like made out of stone, but
What if it's
yellowish.
what if it's like a champagne?
Yeah, like a champagne.
Yeah.
Yes, that's I want her to kind of like match the vibe of like Big Ben. Yeah.
Is your wedding inspo a building?
Taylor Swift's is apparently. Okay, so she's wearing this like insane like champagne gold colored wedding dress. What is Travis wearing?
A tan suit.
A tan suit. Okay, so we're going for all champagne vibes.
I think so.
Okay. I think it has like a black trim on it. I feel like that could be
Ooh, that's
really,
cool.
really cool.
I like that.
And
I think there's cool buttons.
yes, I think there's
Maybe
cool
the buttons have like little things of like London, like you know how you can have like an engraving or like something on them.
Yes.
Maybe they have like different London landmarks.
That'd be so cute. I think like also too when all of their guests get up to the top of Big Ben, like obviously we don't know if you can actually do this, but I assume that they get in an elevator and they ride all the way up and then there's a party floor and then they can see outside of the clock part of it and it's super
like
cool.
kind of like in Wicked, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's like they can see out, obviously you can't see in, which makes it really perfect and really discreet. But when their guests get up and out of the elevator to that floor, I think they're handed a teacup and a saucer
Cute.
with a cocktail in it.
Oh, I love. Yeah.
And instead of calling it cocktail hour, they call it tea time. Get it?
I love
Taylor and Travis. Tea time.
And they're in London, so it's tea time.
So there's like all these plays on all of these
no,
things.
I literally love that. We have to do that.
I was gonna think to call it tea time, but I don't think that's appropriate.
I feel like let's stick with tea time. I feel like you hit the nail on the head the first time.
What? You don't want to have tea time?
Can we say that?
I have no idea. Okay, so they get their tea time.
Uh-huh.
I think they do tea time pre-reception. Like I think they go into cocktail hour before they do
Before ceremony.
Before ceremony, yes.
Oh, like yes.
Yes.
So then ceremony right to reception.
Yes. So I think they go in, they have like all of these like, I don't know, foods that are British but are like elevated.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay.
I was gonna try and name something, but I didn't want to sound stupid, so keep going. Little like biscuit things.
Biscuits, crumpets.
Anyway.
Tea and crumpets. I don't know.
Me neither.
I just know that they have good butter.
Yeah, but like, and then oh my god, maybe their after party's like a pub.
They go to the Black Dog. I like where this is going.
They're gonna rewrite the song.
They rewrite the song.
Yeah.
Yep. That man is never ever gonna be able to pass by that bar ever again.
No, as he shouldn't.
As he shouldn't. Hello. But now for real, like really, if they like have their after party there.
Yeah, no, right.
yeah.
When they have their after party there. 'Cause
Yeah.
also, like, we're literally down the street from Taylor Swift right now, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Like, we literally drive by her street
To get here, yeah.
to get here.
It's crazy. We should just call Taylor up.
What if we just called Taylor
What
up?
if we just went to the security gate and we were like, listen, we're wedding content creators that want to plan your wedding. But not really. But hypothetically.
I feel
Do you want to get married in Big Ben? Have you thought about that, Taylor Allison Swift?
like she wouldn't want to get married in London.
No, not at all. Probably not. But, you know, I mean, I guess she has the song Paris too. We could have probably, but we've already done a wedding in Paris for them.
We've done we've done 2 in Paris, I think.
Yeah. So London it is in Big Ben. Tea time for cocktail hour. Cocktail hour is before ceremony. Then everybody's fed, has their little tea, and then they're ready for T&T to tie the knot.
Yeah, all the teas.
All the teas.
Um,
And then reception, like what's going on?
well, I feel like we should. I kind of like love this whole tea time situation, and I think we should have like it should look like a tea party, like all the plates,
Yeah.
kind of like my plates at my wedding,
Yes.
like that.
It was beautiful.
That, like, vibe.
Yes, I agree.
I think that there should be a lot of patterns I see a
antique
lot of
looking plates, patterns.
and like maybe like the tablecloth has a pattern or
Floral.
a texture of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that way, like, it's very layered and very maximal. I don't know why, because, then she's bouncing around from Soho and here, so maybe we bring in, like, a little bit of, like, all the different places. She loves her London boy. She's, like, walking through Soho.
Jumping kind of backwards a little bit. You know how, like, Bridget shut down that street in Soho in Manhattan in front of Dior to, like, have her
What if she
welcome
shuts
dinner
down the bridge?
and has her welcome dinner there? Like, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
Or reception, honestly.
I was going to say dance floor on the bridge.
All right. I'm into that.
Me too.
I think the English are going to hate that.
so funny. I just
So
like the
good.
Jake Gyllenhaal joke.
I do too.
It's not like, like, that's so funny. I think she would laugh at that.
I think she would too.
I think she'd be like,
yeah. Yeah. She'd be like, you girls.
hey, try a 10-minute song, please.
Yeah. True.
That I love and respect and could hear a million times.
Oh, yeah.
Live.
I always listen to it, like, probably a couple times a week.
Yeah. I don't care that it's, like, kind of a heartbreaking situation. I love that song.
I love it.
I
like that, though. I like the idea of, like, we're already shutting down Big Ben.
Yeah, no, everyone needs to leave.
Yeah. So, goodbye, everyone.
You can't be in London right now.
Yeah.
We need
the wedding
to
of the
borrow the city
century. Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
I think that's the wedding.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. All right. Well, anything else?
I was thinking. No, I think so. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please write in any questions that you might have. If you have a Taylor Swift song you want us to make a wedding to, we would love recommendations because
someone's gonna be like All Too Well.
We need to save All Too Well for the right episode.
It'll be upstate.
Honestly, I kind of want to plan that wedding. Like, actually,
yeah,
they need to ride in that, like, their getaway, like the getaway cars, like
yeah,
that white car. Oh
yeah.
my god, I have so many thoughts.
That's for another episode, another day. I have so many ideas and thoughts on that one too. Maybe we'll do that one at the right time. It'll be like a special episode.
Yeah, and
all of our episodes are special, but that one will be extra special.
We're gonna go through all the lyrics of the all 10 minute. We're gonna go through the lyrics of all 10 minutes of All Too Well 10-minute version.
Yeah,
Taylor's version.
Yeah, line by line. Get ready.
Yes, and it's just that whole episode is All Too Well 10-minute version.
All Too Well.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this week's episode. We know it was a bit of a long one, but we think with everyone traveling during busy season, hopefully this is helpful. And for anyone getting started, we hope you got some nice little tips and tricks.
Yes, and if you make mac and cheese in your hotel room, please send me pics.
Tag the Vow Factor if you're ever using...
If you're just like making your own food like in your hotel room or whatever, like we want to know what your recipes are. Like how are you doing it? Like,
and are you a craft girl?
Yeah.
Are you a Velveeta girl?
Are you an Aldi girl like I am?
Yeah. If you're an Aldi girl, you should get those little chocolate things.
Oh my god, the chocolate caramels.
The sea salt. Oh my god, I think about them daily.
I do too. They're so good. Oh my god. All right. Well, we love you all.
And we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.